Just thought I'd make a comment to the people if you're trying to quit smoking. Um,
Louder,
what?
louder.
I said! Tell me louder. For the people that are trying to quit smoking, um, don't give up. Try as many, do it as many, try to stop as many times as you can. Now, I quit smoking um, in around 2002. Um, and I smoked for a few years before that, but I had quit trying to smoke. Um, I think it was 4 times, and I had quit a couple of times, really good, and then I'm like, oh, you get stressed out and think, oh, I'll just have a cigarette, and then you go back to it. But and then I always had people telling me that, you know what? If when you quit smoking, if you're a smoker, when you quit smoking, you're always going to crave cigarettes. The craving's never going to go away. So that was part of the problem I had was I listened to them thinking that, oh yeah, I quit anyways, it's always going to be there, but that's not true. I'm sure it depends on the person, but for the most part, um, I don't crave cigarettes at all anymore. Matter of fact, I didn't like the smell of cigarettes when I did smoke. I didn't like it going in my eyes or anything, which most people don't like being around them. And now, um, after it was about 2 years after I quit smoking cigarettes, I one of my friends was out at my place and he was out of cigarettes and I told him, hey, I might have some in my toolbox. And so we went in there and there was 2 cigarettes that probably been in there for over a year and gave him them. And I said, hey, let me have a hit off that. And he goes, no, because you're going to start smoking again. I said, no, I'm not. I argued with him for about 2, 3 minutes. And finally, I said, the only reason why I wanted to have a hit off of it wasn't even going to inhale it, to remind myself that I didn't want it. And that's exactly what I did. I took a hit off him, like gave it back to him. He looked at me funny, like, really? Yeah. I just wanted to remind myself why I didn't like him anymore. Well, I didn't like him when I did smoke. You were just addicted to him. So years later, I found some more cigarettes and I didn't smoke them, even though it was part of the agreement with myself. When I ran out of cigarettes, that last pack, the last cigarettes I had that I had purchased at that point when I had quit smoking, I decided that when I was done with them, I wasn't buying anymore. And now it's been, 20 some years later, and I found a pack of cigarettes about a year ago, and they're still there. So don't believe everything everybody tells you. I mean, so many people tell you about smoking. Um, just make up your mind, stick to it. And the hard part is the first uh, probably 1 to 2 months. Your first month is usually the worst part. Those cravings only last for a few minutes. And one way I quit smoking that worked for me, and other people can try that, is I'd never smoked in the house. I always went outside. At the time, it didn't have DVR or anything. So if I'm watching a program, a show, I would wait, say, okay, I'm going to wait for a commercial. I'll go and have a cigarette. In the meantime, by the time the commercial came around, I forgot about it, and then the show comes back on, and I'm like, oh, I didn't have my cigarette. Well, now I got to wait till the next one. And if you just distract yourself for a few minutes like that, I mean, it might be 2 or 3 hours before I'd finally go out and have a cigarette. I only smoke usually a half of the time. Two, just take a few puffs off of it and just keep cutting down. Because usually when you started, you didn't just grab a cigarette and just start smoking a pack a day. You gradually worked your way up. So I gradually worked my way back down and quit. And when you get those cravings after maybe a couple of months, if you can make it that long, they're not they'll go away within minutes. So just a few things that I thought I'd say because I know it's hard and a lot of people trying to quit smoking, especially the cost of everything now. I don't see how people can even afford it. The ones that are probably smoking probably can't, but that's just something to think about. And good luck to all those who are trying to quit. You can do it. Bye bye.